I like that.
So it sounds like you were almost perfectly trained to go on this experiment of that is Love is Blind.
Yeah, for sure.
Going into it, once you had decided to do it and you got like the green light and they had casted you, what conversations did you have with yourself about your approach? How would you were going to go about finding love? And then I guess, how nervous were you about whether, like, not to use the show's slogan, that love is actually blind? Having seen the show and the pressure that the show can put on it, and just it kind of just comes with it. I don't know if I could do it. Like, I don't know if love is blind for me. And I recognize there's so many other aspects to love and relationships outside of physical attraction, but I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I guess for you, going into that, experiment, what did you prepare yourself for? What conversation?
I've always been this. I've always been that. I've always been everything great to the world, because I am just like the perfect person out here. Like, everybody should just kind of like be with me because I'm not ratchet. I'm well educated. I'm so intuitive. I just have it all going on like all the time. Okay. Like, seriously. You guys should be thanking me that I came on this show. Like, seriously. Because without me, what would you guys be talking about? No, really. No, think about it. Really think about that. Like, if I had never came on this show, what possibly would you guys be talking about me? Because I carried the culture on my back. Yes, me. I did that. Granted, I was on the show with more other minority women than mostly casted on the show. Excuse you, AD. Okay, excuse you because you were the monolith that you had to hold it all by yourself. But I had 3 other Black minority women with me, but I carried the culture. Those ladies did not help me at all. They did not help me, okay? Because one was over there fussing and fighting, and the other one was a little, I don't know what she was doing, okay? I don't know what she was doing, but she was not me. She was not me. I did this. I did this all, okay? And you should be thanking me right now. Every last one of you should be thanking me. But what do I get? I get called a bird. I get criticized for standing by my man who I'm never, ever, ever going to leave. Okay? I'm never going to leave, because obviously it shows that you all have never been in love, never been married, never ever been anything in life. Okay? Definitely not a wife. It shows. It shows. And I just need you guys to take a beat and understand how I feel in all of this. Okay? Because it was because of you all, I went to therapy. Because of you, all of you Black women's in the world, because you guys attacked me so hard, I went to therapy. It was not the man who I was sleeping with that I no longer knew who he was. It is not those kids of donations. Okay, it was never none of that stuff. It stopped being about that stuff a long time ago. It was about y'all and how y'all made me feel and why I had to seek out therapy. But I thank you, because therapy was the best thing that I've ever done, besides take that whole year of abstinence to work on myself by myself. I read self-care books. I read plenty of them. I read them all. I read actually more than Cat Williams read, okay? That 1 year, I read more books than Cat Williams. It's out there. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Trust me, I did more than he did. He can't even take that claim for me. He's going to try, but he can't, okay? I have learned to do all of this in the same university that Trump went to. I'm just saying. We went to the same school. Not the same class. Of course, he's way older than me, but we went to the same school. Learned it all. It's way bigger than you guys think, okay? It's way bigger. I'm just saying. Anywho, hey y'all, it's your girl Jay, and we about to get into all this mess. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know I'm gonna be serious a bit. I just got out of Bible study, so I'm gonna be serious a bit, and I do want to relate this stuff to some of the stuff that I have been learning in my Bible studies. How ironic is that? Okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all a quick little recap and stuff after I get into my introduction. Hey, I'm your girl Jay. This is another round. Welcome to my channel. We are here to discuss Ashley's 15 minutes of fame that just never seems to stop. Okay. I think she pushed pause on it and it came back, and we had like 14:59 seconds, 14 minutes, 59 seconds left. And she was like, you know what? I want that last second. I want that last second. I'm coming back for that last second. All right, girl, you could have just left it gone. You was better off just leaving it gone. I'm just going to be all the way honest. But if you're new here, please go ahead and do me a favor. You don't have to subscribe just yet. You just see if you like it here. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy here. But if not, that's cool. But if you just here right now, please just go ahead and like the channel. Just go ahead and give me a like. You know what I'm saying? For just coming in. That was a hell of an introduction. You know what I'm saying? I had Ashley here just for a second. I don't know if y'all seen her. She kind of dipped out real quick. You know what I'm saying? But she may be back. She may be back later. But come on in or whatnot. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this a little bit more detail. I know we had talked about it on Lil Black Book 91's channel the other night when it first dropped, it first aired. And then shortly after, Jesse Wu and Ricky came on and gave their briefing of it. And I've seen a few other takes on it going forth or whatnot. Though we know Liler, aka Tyler, is a pathological liar, he is not the only one in this. He's not the only one in this, okay? And I literally did, y'all. I went back and watched that whole interview with Nick Val. I went back and watched the reunion. I actually did research on when the reunion was actually filmed. Y'all know I don't do none of this stuff because I don't really be caring like that. But I decided I care. I care this time because I just wanted to know why we as the Black woman delegation was crucified for Ashley's, the misintuitive one's choices. I had to figure out, why was we being punished for Ashley choices? Like, we did that. We didn't pick Ashley choices. Remember, she tells us her choice was made over a year ago before we even found out. So why are we getting blamed? We ain't never been married and it shows. We ain't never had a good relationship and it shows. It shows because we ain't never had one, and we know when we spot a liar, we want you to be like, hey, sis, wake up. But excuse us. Excuse us for playing Captain Saver. Because she didn't want to be saved, y'all. She didn't want to be saved. Now, y'all know Netflix likes to play in our face, and especially mine. So I can't. I'm on another round of marriage. She ain't been married twice, but she might be on her way. Okay, she might be on her way. I don't know. You got her beat right now, Elsie. You got her beat. All right. But I went back and even watched the reunion of Netflix, y'all. I watched a reunion on Netflix because she gets on AD's platform. And, I don't want to play too much of it because, they gonna want to copy strike and all this, because when you start unveiling the truth, they like to go and be like, you got to take it down, or you got to edit it, or you got to do all this. And I don't like doing all that. Okay. I done found me somebody that would do editing. So I might just go ahead and give it to them or whatnot, but I don't want to do all that. So I'm just going to give y'all a riff because I know y'all done seen most of it by now. She goes on to say, and I might just go ahead and pull up the transcripts because it might be easier with some of the transcripts and stuff, and we could just read the transcripts instead of actually playing the actual stuff. But she talks about how basically we are the downfall of her relationship, that we pretty much wished ill will on it, that it was taking an impact from the day she married him. It took impact from the day. Hear me out. It took impact. at the day like the beginning of marriage, not the beginning before they got married. The understanding of the kids was not messing with her before they got married, but once they got married, it impacted the relationship. I'm gonna hit y'all like this. Logically, it don't make sense. If you're such this intuitive person that she keeps claiming she is, intuitively, it should have impacted you the day he told you. However, you stood by and co-signed the BS. Not only co-signed the BS, you orchestrated the BS. So when she gets to the space up in AD's interview of talking about, oh, production was saying he was great. Production was saying this. Sis, you're production. Because from the time he told you about said donor babies, and I do not try not to be rude to them or whatever, stuff like that. That's her terms that she used. Since he told you about the kids that he had fathered, you took it upon yourself to come to us and tell us in interviews how you decided that it needed to be on the forefront, that this information needed to be out there, that your friends and your family would know something was off unless y'all had the conversation in the forefront. You orchestrated that. You didn't sit there and ask for the truth in the moment. You accepted whatever it is that he said. You didn't do no research in the moment. You accepted whatever it is he said. Yet you like to come and scream at us during the Nick Val interview, which I'm going to go back and play the very beginning of that interview, because they told us that that was recorded even before the final episodes was aired. Mind you, listen to what I'm saying. That was recorded before the final episodes was aired, the Nick Val interview. They made sure to highlight it was recorded before the final episodes was aired. According to my little AI, y'all know I'll be trying to be technical, okay? According to my little AI, when I had researched Love is Blind season 7 film date, it says Love is Blind season 7 reunion was filmed mid-October 2024, around a week before the last episode aired of the season. The reunion itself aired on Netflix October 30th, 2024. So you recorded all of this stuff a week before. Now, when I go back on, I'm gonna say you recorded it sometime before the last episode aired. You recorded sometime around the reunion. You recorded sometime around the reunion. Now, we know Jesse Wu and all of them have started breaking the story almost immediately, just before he had mentioned it on TV, or somewhere around the time he mentioned it on TV. This is weeks prior to filming reunion. This is weeks prior to doing the Nick Val interview. Grandma came out. Pictures was still up. Bride came out with her first statement, not her 5-part exaggerated by AD interview or a breakdown of what said transactions, but literally the ex-wife had already came on Jesse Wu's platform with Ricky. Thank you. Bri even DM'd you. Yet you like to sit here and tell us you knew nothing of the sort. You knew nothing. But each time I went back and watched every last one of the reunion, the Nick Val thing, all of these daggone interviews you did, what, the internet knows more than me? Who knows more than me or the internet? That's my husband. I know everything. He's told me everything. The family corroborate everything. The family was trying to pawn that man up off of them onto you, sis. Okay, if they told you any of the sorts, the friends can't be trusted because they friends. Obviously, they've been hiding. He slept with one of the friends, so how are they supposed to be trusted? The birth certificate was already out there. However, you want to tell us that you did your research. When did you do your research? When did you go through his computer? So as you said, when did you violate his privacy? Because on this Nick Val interview, let me get on down to it, okay? Let me get on down to it. Let me get back into it. Hold up, because I got a few of them posted up. Let me go through these transcripts real quick, because she kept telling us in the Nick Val interview she ain't going nowhere. Oh, no. Sorry, excuse me. That wasn't the Nick Val interview. She told us during the reunion she ain't going nowhere. This is a forever thing. This is a whatever thing. This is her and him forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever, ever. That's how ever she was about this man. She wasn't going nowhere. Where you at, sis? I thought you wasn't never leaving him. Because biblically, we don't just up and leave at the first sign of trouble. Since you want to use the Bible, let's go there. So, like I said, I was just in Bible study. My latest Bible study section is Nebuchadnezzar. Oddly enough, it's Nebuchadnezzar. I just like one day I was like, you know what? Let me study on the story of Nebuchadnezzar, how he went mad, right? Oddly enough, our girl, let me bring it up. Hold up. Let me bring her up. Let me see if I can get this image up right now. Our girl is out here sitting like she in a whole straitjacket. That's just the first thoughts that I had when I seen her in this outfit, okay? When I seen her in this little top, she was looking real restrained, and it was white. I said, not our girl in a straitjacket. Look at her, y'all. It's a cute straitjacket. I'll give her that. You know, a little shoulder off action. Okay, but it's a straitjacket. Oddly enough, she's in a straitjacket. When I seen this, I said, didn't Nebuchadnezzar go mad because he was taunting God, boasting and bragging about all the wonderful things that he done? Wasn't he missing all the signs that God kept giving him to get his stuff together before he went mad? Wasn't he seeking counsel from all his so-called wise men, but ignoring counsel from the actual person who was giving him the actual facts that Jehovah God had gave that man? He just ignored Daniel, knowing Daniel had already prophesied one of his dreams, literally told him the dream that he had without Nebuchadnezzar ever telling him the dream, interpreted and all. Threw his homeboys and everything into the flame, watched them come back out. Called on the man when he gave him the last prophecy. Gave the man so much praise that he put him in high positions within his thing and still ignored every single bit of advice that Nebuchadnezzar had ever given him. Only to go mad, wander the fields for some time until he had his revelation. Oh, sorry, God, you told me that the whole time, man. Damn. I could have avoided eating grass of the field with the beasts had I just listened the first signs you gave me. Had I not false praised you and told you you were the most high, only to go back to the foolishness I was comfortable with in the first place. I sat here and looked at Ashley and said, okay, this is obviously that moment before fall, you know. I forget how you say it right now. It just blanks my mind, just that. But you know, is it the grace before fall? It's not grace. Grace sounds weird. I don't know. It's not grace. Somebody help me out in the chat, because I know. But you know, before you fall, because you ain't humbled yourself just yet, this is where we at. This is where we at with Ashley. Okay, that's where we at with Ashley, because this is where you at. Yes, pride before the fall, because you're really in your pride bag. And I really watched every last one of these interviews. Her love language must be words of affirmation, because every time somebody says something, yes, twin, that is me, twin. Twin, yes, big. That's me. I am all of that and above, a bag of chips and all of that. Okay. And we know these bag of chips have a lot of air in them, girl. Okay. A lot of air, a lot of inflated air up in it, because that's what you were sitting on, a lot of inflated air on this interview. You, ma'am, should have never done this interview unless you wanted to be honest, all the way honest, instead of making veiled threats to Tyler about his honesty. Now, we know we can't take him for a grain of salt too much. But obviously, brother got something on you. Why you got to keep throwing out veiled threats to him every 5 seconds? I got so much that will bury him. Child, how much more are you going to bury a dead man? Is 6 feet not deep enough? We don't care if you bury Tyler. At this point, he probably needs to be buried. What is you talking about? You still protecting that man, but you're coming after Black women's. For what? No, I'll wait. I would like to know why the Black women's is being insulted in this, because what did we do? We know that you specifically want to say Ricky, and I'm going to add in Jesse Wu. I know Jesse Wu fans was going to say it backwards and different like that, but really, Ricky is the first person I've seen for years uncovering Love is Blind's tea. I ain't going to take away from Jessie, because Jessie got her platform and she got her connections and stuff like that. But I seen Jessie really support Ashley. And I know there's a lot of people that just don't like Jessie and say, no, she didn't. I seen Jessie really support Ashley. And her plight was never, ever to sit here and bring down this relationship if it was good. If it was something that was just for her, about her, and that she needed to have, and it was just like a beautiful thing, I have never seen Jessie take away from Black love. But, and I'm not saying nothing, when I say this, I'm not saying nothing negative on Ricky. I've known Ricky, Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, green, blue, yellow. If there's tea to be spilled, the tea was spilled. It wasn't, oh, because she one of us, she my sister, you know what I'm saying? I can't talk about her. No, you were on the show. There will be tea spilled if you have tea. Ashley, you had no tea. You butted into the tea on limited knowledge. You spoke loud and proud. You was the loud presence on the internet. You brought down your own relationship trying to produce what would look good on you, what would make you feel better, what would get you in the secret wives club of it all, what would help your presence in DC, what would help your status be. You did that. But because they kept coming with receipts every time you try to sit there and say, oh no, they don't know nothing, they don't know, how do they know more than me? How is that possible? I've been here for a whole year. Nebuchadnezzar was there for a whole year. sitting on receipts that he never uncovered that would have told him who the true God was. He sat there for a whole year until he went mad. Oddly enough, let me see if I can find some of these transcripts too while I talk to y'all. Oddly enough, she sat here on these platforms and basically, you know, told us how she met this man, how she would have ignored a whole nother man because he had kids, but now she was so deep in it, her intuition said, let me just go ahead. Your intuition said, I got a fool, let me try to manipulate this fool and make his story look good, and how I brought him up and did all of these things. Your only downfall, Ashley, is you really don't like kids. You really don't like kids. She goes on and talks about how in the Nick Val files, how she has her godson that's not even dealing with her right now. She secretly sneaks that up under there. Let me see if I can find that. If I could find that scene or whatever, because she talks about her godson and stuff, and just talks about how, oh yeah, he doesn't deal with me right now either and stuff. You don't like kids. You talk about how you go to your friend's house and they're like, Auntie Ashley, we can't play because you're coming into the house. Shh, I can't tolerate that noise. It's so annoying. All the noise of kids is annoying. You don't like kids. So why did you entertain this man? Did your intuition not tell you kids are not for you at this point? That you have no desires of really being a mom? Because I don't think you do. Because if you go to your friend's house and hear your godchildren or your friend's children running around and it annoys you, you don't like kids. If you're going to call somebody seeds, donor babies, sperm donor kids, whatever you want to say, instead of just saying that man offered his seed to that family and I'm proud of him for it, or keep your mouth closed. All of these things tell me you don't like kids. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Like, Ashley, what are we doing? So, but it's the women on the internet. It's the loud voices on the internet, specifically Jesse Rue and Ricky. Those are the loud two voices that y'all don't like. That's coming from within. No, the voice that was coming from within was inside of you, telling you, don't do it, sis. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. Sure, you said, and here we are. You should have did your research. You should have took a beat instead of just being so desperate to be married. You should have just took a beat and really found out who the enemy you was sleeping with, as you tell AD. I had to figure out who I was sleeping next to. When did you have to figure this out? After the reunion? A year later? When you already knew so much? When you was evicting that man and he was still sleeping on your couch because he ain't had no place? When you like to tell the kids never been to his house because he didn't have a house to go to? What house was the kid supposed to go to? The man ain't had a place. Now he got another eviction thanks to you. I'm just trying to figure out. She a Captain Saver, but she don't want to be saved. That's why she felt the need to save Tyler. Like, it was good PR for her. But like I say, Tyler's not the only pathological liar up in this thing, because clearly sis was doing her own set of lying. You stood by a liar. You corroborated the liar's story. You are now an accomplice to the lies. And you said it with your full chest. You told us to shut up and play basketball. You said us shut up and dribble. Shut up and mind your business. Y'all stay out of my business because I know what I'm doing. I'm orchestrating all this thing. You was good. Had that Dear Future Wifey interview go the right way, you would have been good. Had Ricky and them not disappeared, you would have been good. You told us this is a loving relationship. We have talks every day. We work things out every day. All of this wonderful thing. Then you get up here on AD's platform and tell us that how you gave this man hell every single day. Y'all don't know nothing. I was hitting him left and right, quote unquote. That's not really what she said, but I'm throwing my extras in. We was going at it every day. I had to give him hell every day. Well, on Nick Val and on the reunion, you was telling us how y'all was talking and you was having great conversations, that so great that your mom was like, I'm even taking notes. Mom was over here supporting the BS, talking about, I ain't taking notes. They just communicate so well. I'm not at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning so much. Your mom's an enabler. She is. And you know why? I'm not going to even blame her. She's making up for your dad being missing. That's really why she's enabling a lot of your bad behavior, but she's an enabler. All right. Let me see if I can sit here. They talk about how, let me get into these transcripts with AD and stuff, because I'm going to go off the Nick Files thing for a second. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. And y'all forgive my dog in the background, because I just found that today that she's probably having congestive heart failure. And so, yeah, I'm dealing with a lot right now, but I got time for Ashley. Let me go. Growth, healing, support. How did it all unravel? Let's go to that. Can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it real quick. Just let me know if y'all can hear it, because I'm just trying not to play the video up here, because they can't do much if it's just really the sound. But I'm trying not to play the video. Well, I get the chapters, but I'm not. Oh, this is what I want, the transcripts right here. Because if y'all can hear it, then I'll keep playing it. But otherwise, can y'all hear it? Let me see. I'm going to play some more and see if y'all can hear it. If y'all can hear it, then what'd you say? I personally think that Ashley knew all of the truth after Tyler finally told her about his children. Ever since then, all responses have been created to the both of them. Ashley knew all of what truth? You can't hear it? Okay, so don't worry. I'm going to just bring up the screen and I'm going to read the transcript. Okay, I got to remove her down. Let me bring this up. All right, let me go and I'm going to read the transcripts because I don't want to play too much of it. Oh, wrong one. All right. So basically, AD asks how in the beginning, she says, more or little, I just want to know how we got here. Okay, rewind. How do you feel like the revelation of Tyler coming out with the whole children thing impacted in the beginning? She says it impacted in the beginning all the way up until now. Oh, how the thing were impacted like in the beginning all the way up until now impacted your marriage? It impacted the marriage immediately. Keyword, it impacted the marriage immediately. You weren't married when you found out the information. Y'all were pretending to be married when you found out the information. Let's be clear. Y'all had not actually went down the aisle. He told you the information when y'all got back from your pseudo honeymoon. But let's recall, the show sent you on your honeymoon as soon as you choose your person. Y'all don't get married until some months later. Or weeks, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but still. So he told y'all when y'all got back to the shared living apartments, but you're saying that this impacted the marriage immediately. How did it impact the marriage? How did the news of the children impact the marriage immediately? Because according to how it's set up, according to how it's set up, oh, you want me to do AD soft voice? I got you. But according to how it was set up, y'all, he had nothing to do with the kids from what he told her. That was those people's kids over there. It was nothing. There's no kids. He don't have to worry about it and stuff like that. So immediately, how was it impacted? Because when you were on Nick Val's files, why is it still showing y'all Nick Val's thing? I thought it showed y'all the other one. Sorry. Okay, let me remove this one. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Let me put this back up here. And let me go to this screen and share this screen instead. Okay, it's me. I'm the problem. Anywho, when you're sitting here and you're saying that it impacted the marriage immediately, how Sway? Because y'all went on a honeymoon. Life has been great according to the reunion. The only problem really, according to reunion and Nick Val's thing, is that y'all had to be secret lovers and all this stuff. You couldn't show my man off or whatever. You couldn't tell the world about him because you had to wait until the almost a year where the show is actually aired and we know what's going on. You couldn't even walk around on while you was on the Nick Val's thing with your ring on just yet, because we hadn't quite made it to the last episodes nor the reunion. Exactly, I said the marriage happened before the show. So how did this impact the marriage? Yet you told us everywhere. Understand, two things can be true at the same time, but I'm saying Tyler is not the only liar. And this is why I'm saying this. You told us on every platform that y'all was so in love. Everything has been great. Everything is fine. When he ready to see them kids at 18, he can go see them kids. Hey, y'all ain't got nothing to do with them kids. Y'all just been secretly traveling, doing all your thing, living on a happy honeymoon. How did this impact y'all immediately? Hold up. I'm about to try to zoom into where she said it. Let me see. Let me see if y'all see the zoom in of it. In the beginning, all the way up to now. How did this impact your marriage? It impacted the marriage immediately, because now I have questioned the person I am laying next to. And I think that's such a scary feeling, not to know what's true and what is not. When did you question him? I'm sorry. When did you question him? Because according to you on these other interviews, you knew all the information. He held nothing back from you. So why would you question him? Omission is a lie. However, he was just holding out to the right time, as Clay liked to tell us on Never Ever Met. He was just holding out to the right time. He held out, and he told you before y'all got married. You still chose to go and get married. So how was that information about the kids impacting your marriage? According to the timeline of the show, you, the producers, Tyler, this was told before y'all walked down the aisle in the show. Now, if y'all want to tell us that y'all walked down the aisle is so out of sequence that we've been watching it backwards this whole entire time, that y'all don't make a decision on decision day. Y'all make a decision as soon as y'all come out the pods, and we just been watching it out of sequence this whole daggone time for all these years, every single season. I remember I said, I have insomnia, and I would be at times at 2 a.m. and I would jab him like, hey, damn it, I can't sleep. I got another question. I need you to know you answer this. God damn, translation. Come on. God damn it. I hope they're not saying this like this. Whew. Of course, he had all the answers at the time, right? But, it's kind of shifted everything about us. Like, we know now. Wait, you know there are. God damn it. Who writes this? AI, is this you're doing? God damn it, AI, I need you to understand the words that's coming out of their mouths. No, there were all marital things as well that we know were hardships for us, but we are like, we get along really well. And so it was like, I no longer have that person that even in the from the beginning, even was I. Ugh, my damn brain. I cannot read this crap. Still trying to unpack the truth. Just all of that. See, this is how much lies she was telling. Even the AI can't keep up with the lies. You know what I'm saying? The AI, like, what the hell is she saying? I don't know what she's saying. I'm just gonna write anything. Still trying to unpack what the truth or just all of the things. It still created such a hole between us. It's like I was being drugged on his behalf as well. So I had sort of resentment towards him in our household. So it shifted everything, you know. I'm glad she with the run-on sentence of shifted everything again. And make sure y'all know it shifted everything, okay? Them kids shifted everything. Had he never had them damn kids, we'd have never been him, okay? And this is true. That is true. But had you listened when he told you and said, nah, I'm good, we would have all been standing by you like, sis, you cool. You didn't want no babies. You don't need no babies. You know what I'm saying? We'd have had your back. But you decide, that's my man, and I'm sticking beside him until it no longer serves me. Okay. It shifted everything between them. That I meant was a time where I had a panic attack. And, I had 2 panic attacks. It went from 1 to 2 panic attacks. But one of the worst ones is where, so it's more than 1 or 2 panic attacks, because it's like sound like a third one up in here. But one of the worst ones is when I was in the living room and I went to the bathroom and he saw me. It was like 3 a.m. and he would just like, help me. And I folded into his arms, trying to figure it out. This man, like who he was, it was the most toxic person, most toxic post, like post show airing post. So this is post show airing post, but I thought it impacted in the beginning. Y'all see where I'm going? Like I thought this was impacted in the beginning. So how is this a post error post? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop with the run-on sentences, because the run-on sentences sound like you telling the truth, but run-on sentences just are lies that are incomplete. So we got to just go from one lie to the next because it makes it sound more believable. Coming from a child of a pathological liar, I can tell you this. Where is Common with the song Testify When I Need Him, bruh? Because I swear she is the queen pin of this whole thing. She's the downfall on destruction, but yet we are to blame. She brought this upon herself, but no. She shall not take credit in that. She will take credit in anything that y'all say remotely positive. Oh my God, you are so beautiful. You're so intuitive. You're just like the smartest person in the room. Oh yeah, girl, you see me. You see me twin. You got me. But let her tell you that she has made a mistake or whatever stuff. No, that wasn't me. Y'all on the internet won't mind your business. See, had y'all mind your business, I'll still be married to this man and all his lies. But that was none of y'all business to uncover because I was dealing with it. Okay. So anyways, show Aaron is like post, it's like the thick of it, was in the thick of it, and literally shifted where we had an enjoyable home into such a toxic and unhappy kind of situation because he also was depressed as well. Wait, sis, how was the home enjoyable when it impacted it from the beginning? Since the marriage started, how was the home enjoyable? I don't know. Maybe I view impact a little bit different. I feel like if I'm impacted by some bad news, my house is not going to be very enjoyable. Now, if I'm impacted by good news, it might be. So was the kids good news or bad news? I don't know. I just got questions. Okay, I got a lot of questions. I just need to know. This is not an Ashley thing. Tragedy, it is common and she will probably experience this again if she doesn't heal from her part. Women competing against women is wow, very much true, and that's why I relate her much to Nebuchadnezzar in this story. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's not a lot of Nebuchadnezzars out here in the world. We all be ignoring signs, okay? We be getting signs from all above and everywhere else and stuff, and we ignore them until we run flat into them. But this is a lesson learned here, okay? Because we can't tell Ashley nothing because she done lived it and did it and all that stuff already. This is not about Ashley no more. Stop being about Ashley a long time ago, okay? Just know. Ashley the only one think this is still about Ashley. This has not been about Ashley a long time ago. This has been just us learning from Ashley's mistakes like we were supposed to learn from Nebuchadnezzar's mistakes. However, sometimes we need more than one sign. Ashley's our new sign, okay? So before we be the Ashleys of the world, let's just check the man that we sleeping with before we decide, you know what, I want to go ahead and marry him. Especially when we live in a day of age where you can find out so much research on a person so easily by going on your websites or whatever and stuff, hiring Simone Redwine if you want to, you know, there's so many people. I got so many lawyer friends. You can just do a little deep dive, a little research and stuff like that. I got a couple of them that will Google your home if they have to. It's all kind of technology out here. You can search it. You can search yourself, figure out what people finding out about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But for the men out there in the world who encounter an Ashley, take heed. Because she gonna praise herself of all the good things she did. She ain't gonna take accountability for all the wrong missteps that she made. And she gonna hold veiled threats over you in case you ever decide that you want to tell your side of the story that does not benefit her. So the men listening to this, y'all take heed because there's Ashleys out there. They beautiful, they attractive, they smart. They may even be intuitive. May even be. They were well beyond their years. But no, someday they will bring you down right with them if you do not follow their scripted programming, okay, when they're producing their life. Ashley been producing her life. That's why she thinks all the producers were saying all these wonderful, nice things. Child, the producer's job is to get you to do some stuff on the show. They would tell you anything. Why would you believe the producers? Miss Intuitive? I'm sorry. I maybe I got intuitive definition wrong. Maybe it's me because when I feel like I am intuitive, I be feeling a little something when something ain't right. So when a person lied to me, I feel like, oh, something ain't right. Something just not in my spirit, just not sitting right. I feel like I can't figure out which one of y'all lying to me, but one of y'all lying to me. So I gotta play a little game real quick to figure out which one of y'all it is. But I feel like something ain't right. That's where I be getting my intuitive. That's how my intuition works. I don't know. Maybe hers don't work that way. Maybe she got to search computers after other people bring all the information to the internet, just so she can find the same information that all the other people brought to the internet after she done cussed all them people out. Maybe that's just how her intuition works. Mine's tend to sit there and I get a little feeling in my gut and I'll be like, ooh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. I got to ask a few questions. Ooh, yeah, ask the questions, but that I still want to ask the same question. Because I want to ask the same question. I feel like you lied to me. That's how my intuition works. Intuition it. You know what I'm saying? That's what she got. That's what she got. She was like, shoot, y'all did the research free. Hey, free background check for Ashley. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that she cussed us out in the middle of it and never once apologized to us or them kids or Bri, you know, and still protecting Tyler through it all. That's the craziest thing. You're still protecting. I don't want to share his story. I don't want to tell his story because that's his story to tell. Girl, you involved in the story now. You jumped in the story. You inserted yourself. Place Ashley here. where they, you know, they got that little line was like, the person respondent blank, you wrote your name in that blank spot right there, and it keeps telling you the rest of the story. That's what you did. You inserted Ashley in that spot. Ashley was never in that spot. Ashley was never in the story of Tyler making those kids. Ashley kind of got into the story of Tyler not divulging those kids when he should have divulged those kids. But you decided from there, this is now Ashley's story. So guess what? I'm going to get on the Nick Val platform. I'm going to get on the Reunion. I'm going to get on whoever else platform that I can go and get on and tell them how I know all about these kids. I know the situation between him and Bri. There's no way that he fathered them children. Them two women over there was being messy and stuff like that. It don't even make sense. They trying to get at each other by using Tyler, who is the friend. That makes no absolutely sense on why they would use that. I feel bad for the kids because, you know, they mamas over here doing whatever. You did all that. You inserted yourself up into this story. This had nothing to do with Ashley. So when you started to tell us how all of these people started attacking you, all these people did not start attacking you. Let's be clear. All these people really had your back and was rooting for you not to be boo-boo the fool. But okay, Shanti, you want to be foolish and all and get up on these platforms with your chest poked out, telling us about this man of yours, how wonderful he is, how great he is, all these little things that he does for you. Now the little things, you was just making a big thing to keep his ego up, to boost his self-esteem. You better tell her, El Cid. Shoot. You try to have her back, but you know, at the end we see, you know, you try to say. I can go back to my video where I said that she was orchestrating a lot of this foolishness. So, you know, you over here talking big for a man that you just met, who decided to lie to you some weeks in. Because according to your words, omission is a lie. Let's keep that clear, how she put it. So if omission is a lie, he held out for some weeks until he got your cookies. And one day was like, oh, you know what? I should tell you about these kids I got, because some stuff is on the internet right now that you could potentially see. Or unless you want to actually tell us the real truth, Ashley, which will probably still be a better story than the one you're up on here on AD's platform telling us, is that you actually went to his computer early because your intuition was saying something is off, and he had to tell you about the kids because you seen the picture of the kids or whatever, stuff like that. But that's still not the story you told us. So therefore, it still will make you a liar. That would still make you a liar's accomplice, because you said that you found out through him and you made him come on the TV to tell the world. Why? I'm just going to go back to that point. Why? But it's Jesse Wu and Ricky's fault for coming out with the facts or the information that you went and found later on. Okay. Let me see. Let me zoom back out. Y'all. Let's get to some other stuff. Facing social media and backlash. You know, let's jump over there. Let's get to that part. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I do this. I might play just a little bit, because you know they like to, like I say, they like to like be funny, but we play a little bit. We're gonna play a little faster, so they be like tripping.
How people would react to the breakup announcement, and what has the response been like? Yeah, I was nervous, especially again, like I really don't think people know. I think that people think when we sign up for these reality shows that we just become a star, right? No, we don't. Like we're still just very normal people, and so my nerves were ragged, honestly.
Wait, hold up. I think I missed that originally when she sat there and said, people just think we could become a star. No, we don't. First of all, you just thought you became a star, because later on in this interview, you're going to talk about how your celebrity And when you guys think to come at other celebrities, girl, we know you regular. That's why we talk to you like one of our homegirls. We didn't talk to you like you was a celebrity. We talked to you like you was a homegirl. We actually talk to you. We don't really talk to the people that we consider celebrities. We talk about them. We don't actually just like, Ashley girl, wake up. Ashley girl, take this straight jacket off. It's not flattering. Ashley girl, get it together. Ashley girl, it was okay to say no before you went to the altar. It was okay to not have to be on the divorcee vows. But maybe you be in a secret divorce club. I don't know. I've never been in one either. You know what I'm saying? I've never been invited to none of the clubs. I don't get invited to the all wives clubs. I don't get invited to the divorcee club. I do be getting invited to the fun, single, wilding out, having my life, the best time of my life club. And I have been invited to a healthy relationship club. I've been invited to those clubs. Those clubs was kind of lit. I'm gonna let you know, those clubs was kind of lit. Being in a healthy relationship with a person who's not withholding children or secrets like that from you, those are kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? And the single, wilding out and just enjoying my best life, that was lit. Because you know why it was lit? It didn't help me avoid fools like Liler. Because I was just over there too busy loving on myself to even pay attention to all the foolishness that he would try to drag me through, okay? When I was doing all my little self-help books, quote unquote, you know, I was staying to myself. You know what I'm saying? Usually when you stay to yourself and you know you get a taste of happiness, you know what happiness tastes like, most of the time you're not going to sit there and be like, let me just jump in a bad relationship. Let me see what fun I get out of that. Let me see if I just love me a liar for a while, how that feels. No, when you're loving on yourself, you're just like, I ain't got time for this foolishness. And y'all know my motto, if a person is not bringing you more happiness, at least maintaining the happiness that you bring yourself, why are you with them? Why are you with them? That's my number one question. If you are taken away from the happiness I bring to myself, why am I talking to you? I won't even waste my time. Child, single life has taught me how to love the hell out of myself, and my time will be respected. So, sis, you were doing great by yourself. You were in the space to be all on the health thing. You were supposed to show us Black women's how you can navigate finding your person while maintaining your happiness and all of your independence and whatever else that you got going on. Or, you know what, as my girls say, be a hoe about it, happiness over everything. But Janae, you go try to tell y'all, if I'm not happy, I ain't in it. Oh, okay. I'm just telling y'all, I'm just doing this breakdown real quick. I might do a part 2 because I'm not trying to be here too long because I got a couple of things to do. But I'm just doing this little breakdown to show y'all Tyler is not the only liar in this situation. Because had Ashley came on here and said, you know what, y'all, my bad, y'all, my bad. Listen, it was a year already in. I was already married to him and stuff like that. I would just head over heels for him. You know what I'm saying? D was good. He couldn't bring much else to the table, so the D had to be good. You know what I'm saying? I can't really see much more that he was bringing to the table. Heck, he had the D so good that the stud girlfriend wanted some. Okay, so I could see it. I could have believed you would have came out here and be like, you know what? I was dickmatized. I was a little. It got me. It happens. It happens to a lot of us. It ain't really happened, you know. I ain't never been that dickmatized before. I've had some good dick, but I ain't never been that. I ain't never been foolish for it. I'll just tell you that much. But it does happen. I've heard cases of when it happens. Okay. And I get it. Everybody don't want to just be out there jumping D to D to try to find out where's a good D, because there's a lot of bad D out there too. So I get it. So that's what I'm saying. I could have understood. I was a little demonetized. He was talking to Sweet Nothings. Life was good. You know what I'm saying? And then the show aired. And I just was in a space. I just didn't want to hear anything about it. And when I told my friend, you know, you just never been in love like I've been in love. You've never felt the things that I felt. And you know what my friend told me? He said, Ashley, you just need to forget about him. And I was like, I get so lonely. I get so lonely. Oh. And I cried. I cried. And I swear to God, I wanted to go upside that man's head. But I said I married him, and I'm going to stand by him. Because that's what I told y'all. Because I don't play about marriage. You know what I'm saying? I don't play about marriage. So I got him in therapy. I got me in therapy. We are working through the situation with Brian and the babies. And we're going to be all right. I want to apologize to Brian because she did reach out to me. And I just, you know, I just didn't want to believe the foolishness, but, you know, we sat down, we talked, and I got through it, and we working out how we going to navigate this system. You know what I'm saying? We're going to figure it all out. We're going to figure it all out, y'all. And so that's, you know, I just came here to tell y'all that that's what we're going to do. Not get up on this daggone platform to tell us that you was getting a divorce from a man that you told us that you was never going to let go because you are working through this, because relationships come with hardships and that we don't know nothing about them clearly because we have never been married before, and that biblically God has told you not to just turn away from your person like that. And you're right. Biblically, God has told you not to turn away from your person. Once you have signed that marriage decree, you know, and this is a little ticky, you know what I'm saying? It's a moral thing. There's a moral thing between you and God. I'm not saying anything. But the way from my understanding, probably why I ain't never been married before, and, you know, but I got my own things to bear, so I'm not really judging anybody on this. Part of my understanding is unless there's adultery in the relationship, that there shouldn't really be a divorce. Adultery is really the only cause for a divorce in a relationship. I know it sounds crazy because we're like, hey, what about DV? That's why I said it's a moral thing. I can't tell you to stay in a relationship that you possibly won't survive. I cannot tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you I will stay in a relationship I possibly won't survive. You know, this is just going to be between me and Jehovah when the day comes. Hey, and it was going to be me, that man, one of us was going to have to go. So I get that. But because you decided one day I'm just going to wake up, not tell him, but y'all got great communication. Excuse me. Y'all talk about everything. Y'all work on everything. Y'all got great communication, but you just going to wake up one day, blindside him just because, hey, I need to get my get back. Now, totally, the petty in me, I'm not mad at it because that's me. The petty in me is not mad at that part, Ashley. I actually commend you for that part because that's something I would probably do. Get my little lick back the same way. Oh, we blindside each other. That's what we're going to do. What side? Strong side, left side, blind side. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what it did to get back. However, you was I'm stand by my man. Ain't no divorce coming between us. Y'all can't break us up. That's it. Only for y'all to sit here and get divorced. And in the divorce statement, and I was glad that those ladies decided to read the divorce statement and the video with Jessie Wu, Simone Redwine, and Ricky. Y'all go watch that video. They read the divorce statement. It says, we have decided to go our separate ways. How is there a we when you blindsided the man? So you wrote the narrative we? Were you spoken yes? That was yes for French. That was the we for French. That was a W-I-I. I mean, a O-U-I. We, meaning yes. Yes, we decided. Is that what the we was? Or was it W-E, American we, meaning us together have talked about this. And we agreed that this was for the best of our relationship. Meaning a partnership, meaning two people or more had discussed this, you know, because on here, she tells us that she woke up one morning, said, boom, signed these papers, and was on a flight to Turks the same day. Totally blindsided the man on the couch. He had no idea what was happening. I didn't know there was two meanings to the French words. You know, I didn't pass my French class. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I didn't pass it. You know what I'm saying? It was really weird. My name is French, but couldn't pass it. So man, I'm wrong. Okay, she meant both ways. She meant the French we. Okay, I'm pretty sure they accidentally misquoted her and spelled it in American we. But I'm just saying, I don't believe half the stuff of you, but you want us to come and have grace for you and all these things like that. Like, why should I have grace for
lies? There you go, this bitch.
Why should I have grace for the lies, ma'am? Because at this day, you're still off of us, dare I say, shitty lies. Like the person who lied to you and said that outfit was the one. Okay. I'm just saying, like, Tyler is not the only one. That's why Tyler is feeling like, oh, I should just jump on anybody's platform. And listen, Tyler, if you want to come over here, I ain't got a big platform, but it's big enough. You know what I'm saying? I will host you. I don't have problems talking to liars. Actually, I'm pretty good at it. I don't know how much you're going to be able to lie with. I'm kind of like with Ricky and them. You're going to have to come up with some receipts. And I will host you. And then I will let those ladies go ahead and break down all of the lies that you decide that you want to tell me. Because I will give you the safe space to tell me all the lies you want to tell me. But if something in my gut tells me that it's just not right, I'm going to question you. You got to be prepared to answer the question. And if those questions those answers that to the questions I asked don't sit well with Ricky and Jesse, that's on you, bruh. But I will host you. I will let you come on this platform, share whatever it is that you want to tell me, because I do believe you weren't the only liar in the relationship, Tyler. I do believe that. Most of the time when liars be trying to get away from things, they be finding people that hold a little secret themselves. You know what I'm saying? They like people that have a little dirt on them themselves. You know, it makes it easier because then we tend to hold each other's lies. I think you just had a little bit more dirt than Ashley at the time, but right now most of your dirt is out. So if you feel like being froggy and then jumping over here on this lily pad and exposing some of the things that she got going on, I'm free. I'm afraid we could set it up. Y'all send this to Tyler, let him know. I'll set it up for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? We can get our get back. We can be petty together, okay? I'll let you go ahead and lie now. Whatever happens to you after you lie, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the space, just like DFW gave you the space to say whatever little lies you want to tell. Now, when they start tearing you apart again, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, tell them the water's fine. Matter of fact, let me sip some real quick. Water is perfectly fine, babes. Come on over. It's warm. It could get deep. Hopefully you can swim. I don't know. But I'll say. Anywho, I got a few things to do, so we'll probably pick this back up because there's still some more lies up in this thing that I do need to uncover. You know what I'm saying? We need to get to the fact that AD want to chime herself in. And here's the funny part too. Okay, so AD, while you chiming yourself in, Ashley over here stealing your storyline. Because over on AD's podcast, what she did with Marissa and Alex, AD tells us how she was the only Black woman having to carry her season, which was pretty much true, because her and Clay was the only Black love, I believe, that we actually really did have on that season. And she went through some daggone hazing. She went through hazing with the bean dip situation and all that stuff like that while over there with all them, clear people and stuff. And here come Ashley stealing your shine, AD, on your platform, girl. You sat there and let her do it too. That's the funny part. You sat there and let her do it. She stole your shine. Okay, hold on, because I gotta send my little thing, because before I get up out of here, because I didn't even edit it. I meant to edit this thing before I came on here. But she stole your shine. She said she carried, and I know I said this in the beginning, but she said she carried the culture on her back. Meanwhile, she was casted with 2, 4, 5, 6 other Black people that made it on air. So you sat, AD, let Ashley play in your face on your platform by stealing your whole plight that you told Marissa and Alex. That's that girl name. Am I making sure I'm saying Alex? It's Alex. Yes, because it's Alex. You told Marissa and Alex how you basically didn't have nobody else, and you admired them for having other people of minority on the show with them or whatever. And Ashley was them other people that was on the show with them. And this lady came up here and stole your storyline, talking about, I carried the culture on my back, child. They was just weighing so heavy on it, and I wanted to make sure I didn't represent ghetto. I wasn't this. I wasn't rude. I wasn't nasty, bitch. Not on CV, but surely after you was, okay? But well, no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because there were still other Black people on here. AD was by herself. AD was totally by herself. Okay. Ashley done stole her daggone thing. What's really ghetto is repeating what that man say when he say he a sperm donor and calling them kids sperm donor children. That's really ghetto. That's really rude. That's really ratchet of you. But okay, carry on, sis. You don't feel like it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never heard nobody in the hood that I've been in, grew up in, or been around call somebody by donor babies. Now, outside kids, maybe. Step kids, definitely. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe, okay. But never a donor's baby. And them donor kids. I ain't never heard that. But all right. But she sat there and stole AD's story, y'all. I fell out laughing. I fell out all the way laughing. I said, now Ashley done got up here and stole AD's story. On top of it, she was the martyr for us all, baby. She done got there and put her whole life on the line. So none of us will have to have a Tyler in our life ever again. So y'all need to, like I said, I'm going to get up out of here right now. I'm going to come back. We're going to discuss some more because I'm going to put it all the way together because I even got a little clip for y'all and all this stuff like that. So I'm going to get it all together. I've been running because, like I said, this morning we had just found out my baby girl she going through some things or whatever and stuff like that. And I forgot today. I guess apparently I'm supposed to work. So yeah. Anywho, we're going to come back. We're going to uncover some more of these lies or whatever and stuff because there's still a lot more up in this thing. Ashley, girl, I don't know. You're going to be mad because now there's a new loud presence on the internet. It's just not as big as the last one, but it's just as loud. You're going to be mad, okay? And I'm going to tell you now, okay, before you try to go here. All right. It's not because you dark skinned, sis. It's not because you educated, sis. It's not because you're sitting on this platform with your hair done in a straight jacket, sis. It's not that. It's just because you was bold enough to sit here and be loud, proud, and raw. And it's for all of my future Nebuchadnezzars out there that is watching, my future Ashleys that are watching. Sometimes we just need to humble ourselves and see what we did in a situation, how we got here in a situation. How did we betray ourselves in a situation to end up with the foolishness? Trust and believe. I have ended up with some foolishness before, so I get it. But I didn't sit there and be like, oh, such and such cousin introduced me to a man who introduced me to a friend who introduced me to another man on the bus station that knew him 2 days before he was born because his mama was a friend of the milkman that used to deliver to their house. I ain't blame all these daggone people, okay? Hey, C Golden Mama, well, how you doing? I ain't blame all these people. I looked at myself and said, how did I be so foolish to do this? I ain't look at and here's a kicker. My situation involved infidelity. It involved cheating or whatever. I can't say infidelity because I wasn't really married, but yeah, so a whole bunch of infidelity going on. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of infidelity. Hell, I was being infidel. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is there was some cheating going on in my situation. It wasn't just lies, okay? There's some cheating going on in my situation and stuff. And I kind of knew about the person. I said, hey, I gave the person a chance. I was just trying to see if it would work. You know what I'm saying? The D was kind of good too. I ain't gonna hold you. Was kind of good. Did I marry the man? Hell to the no. Did I tell everybody in the world who ever tried to warn me? I didn't really get that many warnings. That's the sad part. I didn't really get that many warnings. But did I ever sit there and be like, oh, it is y'all fault? Y'all ain't never had nothing nice before, so y'all don't know what nothing nice is or whatever stuff? No. I humbly set my embarrassed ass down and focused on self. Got my life back together, baby, because shoot, that was a art of destruction that was happening right there, okay? But either way, I'm out of here. I hope y'all learned something today that, you know what I'm saying, all those Ashley stands that still want to stick beside her, y'all go ahead and stick with the lies too. Y'all are now accomplished as well. However, and never, before y'all become this, just take heed of the story. Watch the signs. You know what I'm saying? Watch the signs. Therefore, you know, if you don't make the mistakes first, you won't have to apologize. I know people be saying it's better just to ask for forgiveness than ask, you know, to do something. But sometimes you don't even want to ask for forgiveness because you don't want to be humbled. So before we do foolishness that I gotta humble myself through, let's just like not do the foolishness. Let's just shut up and receive all the information that's coming at us the way it's coming at us sometimes. Because sometimes y'all just got to sit here and just let information flow to you and not say much and just do what you will with the information. If you want to stand by them, by all means, you can stand by them. But you'll be in a better position. But sometimes you just got to take the information in and not just be so ill by telling all the world they don't know nothing. They don't know more than you do, only to find out they actually did. Well, in the words of AT, okay, I just want all of you guys to know. No, I'm not giving LCID benedictions now, okay? Okay, LCID has benedictions on here when we are on here together, but I do too benedictions, okay? I do them from time to time over on Kojo's channel. I just don't like doing them. However, just want you guys to know, okay, before you start talking about my edges, because yes, I have twisted my hair and I didn't do edges because I don't have edges, okay? My baby hairs are fully grown, okay? I never had edges, okay? Yeah, all of my hair is grown in, so I didn't even have to worry about edges, okay? It's kind of thick. Shit, this stuff doesn't do what you want. Before you talk about my lashes, because I didn't put them on today yet, I haven't got them on, okay? I don't have any lashes on or anything. Before you guys get to talking about anything about me, do your research. Okay. Watch all 5 parts of Bride's story before you get on a platform to interview somebody and tell them what they didn't do. Okay. Maybe like listen to some people out there. Okay. Like seriously, like, you know, some people be trying to save you. That's all I'm going to say. Some people be just trying to save you. So just like listen to everybody first. Okay. And then we won't have to do these stupid interviews with people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like, no, it doesn't take 5 parts to say that you slept with somebody. It doesn't take that long. Okay. But I shouldn't know that. I shouldn't know that it was 5 parts. God damn it, Elle said I was going to get out of here. Now I just remembered something else that happened. Okay. I'm going to get to it. Y'all remind me to get back to this piece right here because I trauma blocked those 5 parts that I had to watch to do the review on Bri. I trauma blocked those, but I recall every single detail from those videos. I recall them. And I know every single part. So when you ask me about it, I'm going to tell you I trauma blocked it, but I'm going to actually tell you every part that happened. Like Sherry said something about how they had made the baby. They had a plan to make the baby with the wife the first time. And then her and the wife had left and stuff. And then her and Tyler had hooked up and Tyler was really supposed to be there only for the boy. But then he ended up there with the twins. And I don't know how he got the twins, but they slept together or something like that. And it just didn't make sense because she's gay. She's gay. She's gay. She's clearly gay. And I don't know why he would sleep with a gay woman like that. And then look at me and then look at her, then look at me, then look at her, then look at me, then look at her. Then I'm like, why would you sleep with her? And you have me, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't make sense to me, but I trauma blocked it all out. So I don't really remember what she said. I don't really remember what she said, but she said all of that. She did say all of that. So I'm just saying, when we come back, I'm going to unpack all of that. Okay. Cause I'm still hurting. Because I woke up at 3 a.m. before I did this live. I mean, I went to bed at 3 a.m. just before I did this live because I had just got off of work from a long night at being at the bar with Alex. Because me and Alex are bartenders and I had to be at the bar last night and out of work. And I was like, I'm going to do this live today. And I had to wake up at 3 a.m. I mean, I was supposed to go to bed at 3 a.m. And now I'm here and I'm talking to you guys about the stuff that I blocked out. But we're going to get back into it, okay? We're going to get back into it. We're going to talk about it all. I'll be back. I promise we'll do a part 2 on this because there's just so much more that I got to unpack because there were so many more lies that Tyler made me tell y'all. So many more lies that Tyler made me tell y'all. I need to confess it all because it's not sitting right on my intuition. My intuition has told me a year and a half later that I need to tell y'all all of this. But I'll tell you this much. I will not give a genuine apology to those kids. Nope. Will not do it. Will not do it. No, not those little, I want to call them the B word because technically they weren't married. I want to call them that, but I won't because I know how y'all like to crucify me for saying things. So I will not say that. But those kids, they do not deserve a sorry from me. No, they will not get one. Not a genuine one. I mean, I'll say something like along the lines, if they were hurt, you know what I'm saying? If they were hurt by anything they said, and they researched this some years later, if they want to have a conversation with me about it, I might be open to it. But yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? F them kids. All right, I'm out.